Today, we are blessed to present the insightful conference entitled The Story of Master Confucius and Xiang Tuo on Between Master and Disciples, given in English on March 10, 2021.
Hello, Master.
Hello, Master.
Hello, Master.
Hi guys. Today bedtime story. Again, yes. Unless you have some urgent question or something before life and death, before you die. Any urgent question?
Yes, Master.
You do?
I have an urgent question, please.
Oh, sure. Okay, we do that first. Because mostly questions are a problem, like in Chinese, the word question is 问题, meaning problem. So we take care of the problem first, huh? And then afterward I will read you the story, and then you can go sleep peacefully. Okay, tell me, my love.
Yes, Master. There have been some recent developments in the United States with the California governor, the Honorable Gavin Newsom. All the voters, the California voters, want to remove him from office.
All the voters?
Well, many voters.
Okay, you cannot say all.
Yes.
Oh my God. Some are smarter. Yeah.
Master, we researched his record as governor and did not understand why some want him out.
It seems like he has done many good things while in office for the state.
Okay.
For example, like for COVID-related things, Governor Newsom signed a $2.6 billion bill to extend a moratorium on renter evictions and provides rent relief.
Yes.
Signed a $7.6 billion economic stimulus package, including $2 billion in small business relief grants and $600 stimulus checks for 5.7 million low-income citizens.
Wow.
For the animals, he signed bills making California the first state to ban the sale and manufacture of new fur products.
Wow.
Signed a bill to bar most animals from circus performances. A wildlife crossing is to be built over a major Southern California highway. The fundraising has reached $18 million.
Whoa. Just for the wild animals.
Yes, Master.
Wow. What a good guy.
He launched Project Room Key, which has moved more than 22,000 people from the streets and shelters and into motel rooms during the COVID pandemic.
Whoa.
So the advocates for the homeless say the program largely succeeded. He also signed the Families Over Fees Act to end the collection of criminal administrative fees like probation fees and fees for public defenders.
Oh, very compassionate guy.
Yes, Master.
Very caring and loving. Yeah.
The bill will lift an estimated $16 billion of largely uncollectible debt from low-income communities.
Wow.
So, Master, with all these things and other things that he's done, is it a good idea for the people to try to recall him? What do you think, Master?
No, not good. It would be a big mistake. Because I don't know if they can find somebody as good as he for what you have read just now. You from California, huh?
Yes, Master.
Oh, yeah, I know you were in California before, so you're concerned about your state. It's very good. It's very good. He's a good boy. We should keep him forever.
Yes, Master.
He really cares, He really cares. So, my God, all for the poor people and the helpless people and the vulnerable people and the safety of the animals. I mean, what more can you ask from a governor or anyone who is in power in the government?
Yes, Master.
So why do they want to get rid of him? Who did? It must be somebody who doesn't like Democrats again.
Well, the voters didn't like the way he handled the COVID situation.
Like what?
He was very strict in closing schools and businesses.
Yes.
So that made those businesses very angry. And he had a very slow
vaccine rollout?
Close down and mask and stuff like that, right?
Yes, Master.
And then slow in rolling out the vaccine.
He also attended a restaurant party for a lobbyist while the state was in lockdown. So people thought that was not fair.
Oh, wow. Okay. From what I know, many other government officials, big time, they also did that. Yeah, like the Scottish First Minister, for example, yeah?
Yes, Master.
And they did not want to fire her for that, and they just criticized, and then she said, I know that was stupid, something like that. I'm kicking myself, and I am sorry. That's it, and they forgive her.
Yes.
And she's bigger than Newsom.
Yes, Master.
I mean, how many more governors do they want to kick out? How many good ones that they want to kick out? First, it's Kumo for falling in love with some girls, or one girl at the time. And now it's Newsom. I think because they miss President Trump. They used to kicking him. Now they kicked him out already. They're finding some other target just to make trouble.
Yes, Master.
Even if Mr. Newsom made a mistake by going to a party one time, okay, just one time, they could just, criticize him, scold him, and then let him continue to do his work, because I am not sure if you can find any other governor as good as he.
Wow.
Yeah. Applaud for him. But to tell you the truth, if they fired him, is also okay, so he can take a rest also. But that would be a big mistake, much, way, 1,000 times bigger than his, little wrong decision at that time. A small mistake. It's difficult to refuse your friend, especially when that friend has been with you a long time and helping you a lot. Helping him meaning helping his people.
Yes, Master.
The Scottish First Minister just said, sorry, she's kicking herself. That's all she said. And then it's okay. And then there is another, maybe somebody knows, who was it? Some other Australian? Somebody tell me, please.
Well, in the UK, Mr. Boris Johnson,
Yeah.
he's also facing a big problem.
Yeah.
Because he is also very strict with COVID-19.
Yes.
He was spotted riding a bike
Outside
of his local area.
Poor guy, he should cover himself, go into an all-blackened car with a driver.
Yes, Master.
He needed some fresh air and a little exercise. My God, you have no idea. No people have any idea how stressful it is to be a prime minister, yes, or a governor for that reason, okay?
Yes, Master.
If he just go on bike and not meeting and talking to anybody, my God, forgive the guy, for God's sake. He does so many good things for his country, okay?
Yes, Master.
He did many great things for his country, and also he continues doing. I know people criticize him, but they do anyway. The opposition or just some people who are looking for hair splitting. Wait until they become a prime minister and they do even worse things. I guarantee. Okay?
Yes, Master.
All right. And any others who flout?
Well, in New Zealand, there's the health minister, David Clark.
Yes?
During a very strict national lockdown, he was caught also mountain biking, as well as taking his family to the beach. And so the New Zealand public was outraged. The health minister resigned as a result of that.
Oh, man. If you have children, what to do, right? Children, they just have a way to cry, to beg, to look at you with the eyes like the world will be going if you don't take them to the beach or to Cancun or whatever, like Senator Cruz. Poor people. I mean, poor these officials. They shouldn't have done that. They should have been more strong and hard with the children, but you know what it's like having children. They could ask for the moon and you would give in. Yes. I think most of them, I think the one who flout is because of family. You know, these officials in England or Australia or New Zealand, whatever, because of family. It is the same with Senator Cruz from Texas.
Yes, Master.
It's all because of children and family or wife. They're begging, they're playing this tantrum or silence treatment until the guy can bear no more. Then he has to give in. I just feel so sorry for them. You know, between the country and the family, it's very difficult to decide. Like me also, I miss my dog so much because of their loving and comforting nature.
Yes, Master.
Yeah, in the family, there's always a give and take. And the guys are mostly working away, and then now and then, if they ask just for one, that they just say just one thing, and you don't do it for us, you don't love us. If you love us, you would do this, that.
Yes, Master.
Yes, and the guy is like twisted around their fingers.
Yes, Master. Yes, Master.
My dogs, sometimes I was with them and I'm busy working, but they come and snuggling, nudging my hands and all that. Then I have to stop. How many times can I say no?
Yes, Master.
So I don't see them, but I feel it. I feel them. You know, they're losing hair and they're sick and miserable because they're missing me. They told me that. I said, you have to sacrifice. Me too. I miss you a lot. I cry over them sometimes, but what to do? I mean, these are only humans, you know, they're people, they're humans. They have obligations, they have emotions, they have good times and bad times together with family and friends. Very difficult to just turn a blind eye and close your heart to their pleas.
Yes, Master.
Especially when they have been like shut off from the whole world for a long, long time already.
Yes, Master.
And they were thinking maybe just go to a lonely and desolated beach and nobody would see them. They don't talk to anybody. It would be okay. They just jump from their home into the car and go.
Yes, Master.
No contacting anybody. That's what they would reason with him, you know, with whomever that flouts the COVID restrictions. Or maybe mother is sick, and then she would say, oh, you may just see me the last time, you never will see me again, maybe I'm dying.
Yes, Master.
It's not easy for me either. When my parents were dying, I could not see them because of the political situation, because of my position. I kind of bled inside. But I know I just had to bear it.
Yes, Master.
It's very difficult for me to stay away from my dogs because they're just so loving and so comforting. Like sometimes when I have trouble with my work or with karma, I just hold my head like this on the desk, and they all come kissing me and telling me it will be fine and, you know, we love you and all that stuff. I mean, how can you always control your emotion? With some beings who are so loving and kind like that. That's why I don't see them.
Yes, yes, Master.
But these officials, men or women, they stay with their family. They cannot day in, day out keep saying no.
Yes, Master.
Because they have their obligations. The day in, day out reactions with each other emotionally.
Yes, Master.
But never mind. That's just from a human standpoint. But it's very difficult to be a good human and to do everything also. I feel sorry for them also. I don't condemn anybody. Actually, also many citizens also flout the COVID restrictions as well. They are just humans, okay? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a time for us to meditate, but we do it later, huh? Today. I cannot always do it on time for this, for that. You know how long it takes for me to prepare this. Things don't always go as smoothly as I want or you want, huh? Okay, this is the world. This is the physical world that we live in.
Yes.
And now, concerning the restrictions for the COVID-19, yeah?
Yes, Master.
So they have 3 reasons to kick him out, right? The first is the restrictions for COVID-19, yeah?
Yes, Master.
But many states do that. Many countries do that. And not just 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Everybody should read the news and know that. In England or everywhere. Not just America, states. They do that. Just to protect their citizens. New Zealand also, remember? And Australia also. The whole country. Many countries, the whole country is shut down. You know that?
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
So I don't know what they're talking about. Unless they really hate this good governor and want him out so that they can come up or they can vote for somebody else who is more favorable for their business. Selfish reasons or money reason.
Yes, Master.
And if he did not do the strict law like other states or other countries, then they would also try to kick him out because he didn't.
Yes.
See that? Yes. And he went only once to his friend's birthday party. My God. If he doesn't go, then he will be, like biting himself for the rest of the year.
Yes.
Yes.
There are some reasons why people do this and that, flouting the COVID restrictions, just for family and friends. He didn't do it for himself.
Yes, Master.
Yes. If he makes a birthday party for himself and invites other people, then it's for himself. But he went just to see his friend, to be there. And maybe there's some reason that he could not explain also, or doesn't want to explain. Fine. Just 1 time, my God. So many leaders in the world also did similar things.
Yes, Master.
The question is whether or not they get caught. Some did get caught, some did not.
Yes.
So if whoever is not guilty, then can throw the stone. That's what Jesus said.
Yes.
Now, what is other reason that they want him out?
It was a slow rollout of the vaccine distribution.
Second reason, right?
Yes.
If there is no explanation, then I could guess, okay, is that maybe a couple of reasons, like maybe some bureaucracy, maybe something doesn't arrive on time, yes? Or maybe another thing is that even at this moment, today is what? 10th of March. And even then I still read some news that people are still reporting about the deaths by the vaccination or immediately after vaccination and some other unpleasant side effects.
Yes.
So maybe he was hesitant just to protect his people.
Yes, Master.
It's very difficult to really decide on such things when you are not sure.
Yes, Master.
Yes, because it's concerning people's life and death. Ah, my God. I wouldn't want to be a governor or prime minister or president or anything. They take you for an iron statue.
Yes, Master.
You have to have no feelings and no falling in love. And no asking to kiss in the COVID time. Love makes blind, Forget the COVID. Even don't want to risk like that. There are hundreds or thousands of bacteria in your saliva. And to exchange that with somebody else that you don't even know if she's healthy or not, he must have been blinded by love, okay? You can look for love and warmth of a human companion if you are a governor. You guys learn that.
Yes, Master.
Yeah, cannot look for love if you're single. Cannot fall in love Okay? Cannot ask the girl you like if you can kiss her or not, especially in the COVID time. Got that? Yeah, if you want to run for governor, you write this down, all these rules, why they are kicked out, why these 2 governors are kicked out, and then you pray every day for God's protection.
Yes, Master.
Because, like, done if you do, done if you don't.
Yes.
Yeah, just like doctors, they say being a doctor is to save lives, but one leg you stay in the hospital and one leg you stay in prison. Yeah, it's a very risky. People can sue you anytime for any reason. Even if the man is already 120 years old and it's time for him to go, they still sue you for not keeping him alive. Even if you try your best already.
Yes, Master.
Similar, being a government official, it's like a big shot, it's like a governor or president or prime minister or ministers. Okay?
Yes.
So what else is the reason? What is the third reason that he has to go, according to them?
You already talked about the 3 reasons. There were some other, like his handling of the wildfires in California, homelessness problems, and a lack of affordable housings were just some general governing things that he is
Accused of.
Yes.
Oh man, I would resign if I was the governor and knew some. I would just quit and go to Monaco or Cancun, take his family there, enjoy his private life. But this guy, he genuinely wants to help the citizens. That's why he bears all this.
Yes, Master.
He's not there for power or fame or gain. That's what I feel about him, according to what he did. Listen, wildfire is everywhere, no?
Yes, Master.
Nowadays, they are more frequent and more devastating than ever.
Yes.
Yeah, why don't people watch TV or watch Master television that will report all about that? They just, truly, they're really troublemakers, these people. And they're leading other people who are vulnerable and who don't read much of the news and watch TV. Nowadays, there are more wildfires and devastating other disasters everywhere.
Right.
More than usual.
Yes, Master.
Yeah. Huh? Why blame the California governor alone? He cannot control this. It's not in his control. Or is it?
No, Master.
No, nobody can. And California is a dry state. And then any wind or anything, or any Coca-Cola can or any piece of broken glass or any cigarette would cause it, because it's a dry and very big state. It's very difficult to be a governor of California and of New York. These 2 states are very diverse. Different ethnics, different kind of political opinions, and so on and so forth. Also,
Yes, Master.
and always new people immigrate to New York or California. People just like them, like these states. It's a big hub of population. You want to hear a bad joke?
Yes, please.
I think, I'm not sure, maybe it was on our TV already. The teacher asked the class whether or not they can tell which state has the most stupid people. So one kid said, New York. So the teacher asked, well, why? He said, because it is said on the research that in New York, the population is the most dense. You know, dens mean very populated, right?
Yes, sir.
Very crowded. But dense also means, you know, you're dense, you're thick in here. Kids, you know, kids. I'm sorry for the New Yorkers. It's not my joke, okay? And it's just a different bad interpretation. All right. And what else? The wildfire, they blame him also? You think he can control that?
No.
I told you before already. Why not blame him for like World War II, World War I, or maybe even not coming yet, another disaster, huh? Might as well blame him for all that.
Yes, Master.
Now, what is the next?
His handling of the homelessness problem in California.
Okay, homeless. Homeless, they have it everywhere. But maybe more in California because it's warmer weather. Very reasonable weather and not so damp. It's dry. So the homeless people, mostly they stay there because it's safer for them, more reasonable for them. But homeless, they have everywhere. I saw it even in Canada when I was there in Toronto. I saw it in Paris. I saw it in London. I saw it in every country that I have set foot on. You got that?
Yes, Master.
So why blaming him? He has done a lot for the homeless, more than many other states that I know, or many other countries. Yeah? He spent how much? Can you refresh me again? For the homeless people?
He launched the Project Room Key with emergency housing program that moved more than
20,000 people? What?
22,000 people off the streets.
Yeah, wow. Can you imagine? It's not a small task. It's big. It's huge.
Yes, Master.
Can you see how ungrateful people are? I'm sure the homeless people are grateful. Just other people, they don't want to see this and don't want to know about this. And that's not fair, is it, right?
No, Master.
I would vote for this guy again, forever. So why do they blame him for homeless problem? Some people also, they choose to be homeless. They like the freedom of it. They like the independence of it. That's according to some research. So anyway, if they're homeless, it's not his fault. And he tried his best already. Yes. Apart from all that, there is also a limited amount that he can sign with the executive order if that exists in his state. And that he has to ask also his assembly whether or not he can get more money out. You know, it's not that you are governor, then you can take as much money as you want out and do anything you want. It's not like that, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a limit for what he can take out from the state money or to apply for the state money or national money to help the homeless or to help whomever he thinks necessary.
Yes, Master.
Just like if you are president, sometimes you want to do some project, but the House doesn't vote for it. Or the House doesn't agree, or the Senate veto it, then you also cannot do anything. That's the beauty of being in a democratic country, no?
Yes, Master.
And a problem. Oh my God. What are they doing to this poor, extraordinary, loving, good, excellent governor? But I do know, now that you ask me, I have just looked, and these are some of the zealous demons that cause the people to make trouble for him. I have just asked some of my gods, my invisible protectors, to take care of that. I said, drag them to hell.
Oh,
Because if people are good, like good leaders, positive government officials, they would try to make trouble.
Yes, Master.
Same like President Trump. You see?
yes.
How much he has done for the international community and for his own country. And they still cheat him out.
Yes.
And all the courts and others who has something to say did nothing. Did not even hear the case.
Yes, Master.
Did not even want to hear the witnesses. Thousands of them. The insider witnesses, the one who worked on this, project even. The ones who know about all that didn't want to hear. Yeah, so Yes.
Yes.
That's why I kick these zealous demons. The same with the governor Cuomo. Yes, the same. Also, these there are not many left over. Well, there are many enough. I mean, even just some thousands or 10,000 is already big enough to make trouble everywhere. They just make things happen to these good ministers or governors. Whomever I know about, I tell them to catch them and put them in hell. And if they really repent, then put them in the heaven hell. You know, the one that I created neutrally. It's not hell, not heaven, but they are comfortable. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes. That's the best leniency that I could afford to them. These zealous demons, and they cause so much trouble everywhere. That's why. Now you know.
Yes.
Now, it's not only humans, you know, because even the blind people could see what the governor did for his state, in his position, the best he can do, even for the poor wild animals whom he cannot get any votes from. Can the animals vote for him? The wild animals live in the forest. So that means he approved all that. He allowed all that. That means he's a good boy.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, he's unconditional, caring and loving. I advise people to vote for him more and don't just blindly follow these oppositions who are influenced by demons.
Yes, Master.
It's also not these opposition leading groups' fault. They are influenced. They are driving under the influence. Yeah. Meaning they're driving this case. Yes, under the influence of the negative demons. Okay, so I feel sorry for everybody. But to blame the governor and want him out, that's not enough reason.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Even if he went to the party, that's the only case that you could accuse him of. But many people did that, just didn't get caught. And some got caught.
Yes, Master.
They should not resign or be impeached just for that.
Yes, Master.
You can't impeach people just because of just one moment of weakness and no harm to anybody.
Yes, Master.
And the homeless, I told you about the homeless now, right?
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Yeah, he did a lot already. And what else?
There was lack of affordable housing.
Ah, yeah, man. It's lacking everywhere. Even in London, Paris. It depends on how much you want to afford.
Yes.
Yes. And then in Tokyo, you know, also a similar situation. Especially, like, for example, New York, yeah, also lack of affordable housing. It's very expensive.
Yes, Master.
In New York, London, Paris, Tokyo, for example, yeah, these are top most expensive cities in the world, and California also, because it's a crowded state.
Yes, Master.
People just love to immigrate to these areas and then crowd the cities and the state all the time. So even if he has a magic power, it takes longer than that. Even magic, you know, even miracle takes longer than that. Takes longer to build all this. Even in Israel also, people came out on the streets to one time, you know, I read it a few years ago. Young people especially, they went out on the streets to protest against Prime Minister Netanyahu because of not enough housing for them.
Yes, Master.
And in Tokyo, people build small, like matchbox houses because they don't have enough room to build anymore. You look into the Tokyo videotape or something, Clifton, you see what I'm saying. I was there, I saw it. Very, very cute. Little houses, whatever they can do. And if they have a room, that's lucky already. That room will be used to be a guest room, a living room, as well as a dining room. And then in the evening, in the night, they put tatami, move all the table aside or sofa aside. They put tatami, and it will be sleeping room for the family. I saw that myself. These are not poor people even yet. They have good income.
Yes, Master.
That was one of my own disciples. Yeah. They have bookstore and business. but they have only 2 rooms. One smaller room, maybe for the children or for the couple, and then the bigger living room for the children, something like that. And everywhere, every little centimeter is used, whatever they can use. Like books on the staircase, shoes, slippers are all on their staircase. A staircase became like a bookshelf. You have to just make do with what you have, or not. In some countries like Malaysia, when I was having a lecture there, I guess I told you already, but the government built some big condominiums, a few stories for the people who live in the small huts on the street, in the squalor, like a small hut with a metal roof, yeah?
Yeah.
And very, very shabby and very poor condition, of course. The government built those buildings for them. The rents are almost like a gift. Or maybe no rent. It depends on if they have money or not. I didn't ask, but very few people move up there. They continue to stay in their hut, opposite the street. You know, you can never please everyone, okay?
Yes, Master.
And to blame the governor for that, oh my God. I have to say it's idiocy, okay? It's outright bias and unfairness. I am not sorry to offend anybody, because that's really what it is, idiocy, or personal hatred, or politically motivated, or whatever, personal reasons, and then leading some vulnerable people to get rid of the good governor like that. Very rarely you can find such a good governor. Okay, now what else do they want to accuse him of?
That's all I have for...
Okay, good. You think he deserves to be kicked out for all that you
No,
just
not
read?
at all, Master.
No, huh?
No, not at all.
How many votes for him? Raise hands. Both of you. How many votes for the governor? Raise your hand. Higher. I don't see any hands. Oh, even if you're not American, you can vote. I mean, for me. Okay, good. Thank you. I saw all your hands. Yeah. Ah, yes. You're good. You're good. Yeah, we are a minority, but who knows? Maybe our voices, counts. Yeah, okay? Right. My goodness, how many more good governors do they want to take out? Whew. I hope after the demons are gone, they will be awakened a little, but it takes some time for the influence to get out. You know, I'm too busy to check out all this stuff. I would have done it long ago if I was not so busy.
Yes,
Master.
If you're working with the documents for me, you know how busy I am with not just SMTV, but businesses everywhere and the staff.
Yes, Master.
Some problems. They have their moods, their character, their own human personality, stuff like that. Yeah, and then I have to take care, etc., etc. Oh, man. Poor governor. You know, they should not. They should keep him forever. Yeah. Not just 3 terms, 4, 5, 6 terms. Okay, huh?
Yes, Master.
My God. They really tried hard to get rid of him. It's not good. Not fair.
Yes, Master.
People say that he closed all the businesses, closed schools and all that. And that's why they wanted to kick him out also. One of the reasons, right?
Yes, Master.
Okay. Why didn't they complain when there were many riots a long time ago on the streets? Before the election, they rioted everywhere. And they burned houses and looted businesses and burned some police area or other things like that all over America. Why didn't they sue the governor then? Other governors. And some of the governors or some of the officials of some Democrat, big shot, like even Vice President Kamala, also encouraged them to have more. She said, must be more unrest. And even encouraged them to have more protests, more unrest on the streets, and bailing them out. Those who've been caught by the police, those who done more damage to the economy. We were already in a COVID-19, yeah? A lot of shops and people already lost business, lost job, and they had to go looting shops or burning businesses and burning people's houses and all that and terrifying everybody. Almost the whole year long, or even 1 year long. How come nobody say anything? Nobody sued these government officials, or even the vice president. She did all that, and much more. Others also. Nobody condemned them on anything. Not a big deal. But Governor Newsom, he closed the businesses, he closed the schools, because he protects his citizens. Many others did that, and they say that reduced the infection until somebody flout or maybe reopen again, and then it increases the infection again, and then have to close again. Many countries did that. Many cities did that. Same like what he did. So they cannot just fire all the governors in the whole world. What can they do? They're just human. They did what everybody else thought was the best. Even also recommended by top medical experts.
Yes, yes.
But he was planning slowly to open because he wanted to open the school soon, but he needed more money. So he signed some checks, some money in order to reopen shops and schools. You know, the damage and all that they have to repair and have to reorganize in order to open. For example, I read somewhere that he prepared to open school in April. He didn't do worse than anybody else. In fact, he did better because that helped to contain the infection numbers in his state. It's reported like that in the newspaper, in the news. I don't have newspaper. I could just say newspaper, but I don't have. I just have the iPhone and scan the headlines. And if there's something interesting, then I read a little further. Yeah. So Governor Newsom is really a good man. He did his best that any human can do in his situation, in his capacity. I could give him another Shining World Leadership Award for good governor. Maybe we will do that. Okay? Yes. Not just for, yeah. Good. Me too. Me too. Oh, it's good that I go on retreat. So, in case this kind of accusations happen, who knows? Oh, so scary. So scary, my God. Whatever you do, they accuse you. Or whatever you don't, they accuse you too. This world is truly like that. That's why no master can stay long. Otherwise, Jesus would have helped a lot of our people, and Buddha would have lived forever. According to the stories I read you, even Maya, the king of illusion, was able to shut the mouth of Anand, the closest assistant of the Buddha.
Wow.
So the Buddha asked him 3 times, I could stay forever in the world. And Anand said nothing. Anand wouldn't say, oh, please, thank you. Please stay forever. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
3 times the Buddha repeated the question. He did not ask the Buddha to stay. So the Mara came immediately afterward and said, you see, nobody wants you. Now I ask you, I invite you to go to Nirvana. Meaning, go die. You see that?
Yes.
Yeah. Buddha, foremost disciple. One of the foremost 10 or 12 disciples said nothing. Didn't ask the Buddha to stay. Buddha could not tell him, can you ask me to stay now? He could not, but he hinted. He said he had practiced something so that he doesn't have to die. He can stay forever. 3 times he told him. And Ananda just sat there like deaf, dumb, blind. Because Mara influenced him. He cannot think, he cannot hear, he cannot speak. You see that?
Yes.
So all the people who wanted to harm the good governors like Cuomo and Newsom, they are also influenced by Maya. But you cannot just blame them. The country is karma. This is the word karma.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
All right. Any other questions, by the way? Did I answer all your questions?
Yes, very much. Thank you very much, Master.
All of you satisfied?
Yes, Master.
Any counter votes? Any opposition party?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. You don't have to harass or be unjust to somebody just because he's in the opposite party.
Yes, Master.
Just because I supported former President Trump because he's a good president and he's a Republican doesn't mean I go on also and accuse or try to harm other Democrats.
Yes.
Yeah, the Democratic Party has many good presidents and many good governors and many good government officials. We don't all know about them, of course, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So like Governor Cuomo, he's been voted 3 times. So he must be doing something good for the people.
Yes.
And then Governor Newsom, how many times has he been voted? Or is it the first time?
This is the first time, Master.
First time. But he did so many things in such a short time. So some people are afraid he's going to continue, that's why. But that's not fair. Even if you are a Republican faithful, you should not unfairly harm someone else in the opposite party if they do good for people, right?
Yes, Master.
I mean, after all, if you are Republican or you are Democrat, you want to devote your life, your talents, just to help your country people.
Yes,
Yes.
Master.
So whoever, doesn't matter what party, if he's helping your country, helping your people, should have your support. Correct?
Correct, Master.
Or at least not to do them harm, just because he's in the opposite party.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Even we, the ignorant, the ignorant must think like that. How would the other people who should be in power, who should be taking care of the American people, not consider that? Not consider this ethic principle.
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions? I think we are done.
Yes, Master.
We even voted for him, right?
Yes,
Yes.
I mean, voted against the decision to call him out.
Yes.
Okay. I don't care how many million people that have been induced into voting him out. I think there's a very, very big mistake to do that. And let him do his work, man. He's a good boy.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Next one, please.
Master, in other news, it's said that QAnon followers have said that President Trump would be re-inaugurated on the 4th of March this year. And I was just wondering, Master, if there's anything that you might be able to tell us about this?
Oh, yeah, maybe they're right. It's just different timing and different place. Okay?
Okay, Master.
Yeah. Around that time, they had some big gathering in Florida.
Yes, Master. He spoke on the 28th of February
Okay, fine.
in Florida, yes.
Only that, right? Okay.
Yes, Master.
28, first, second, third, 4. So 4 days before the 4th of March, right?
Right, Master.
Okay. I guess QAnon, he's like a psychic or something. He can like a seer.
The report about political happenings and people online and the followers
I see.
believe in what is said. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, maybe they can see something into the future, huh? Like they have psychic people together in a group, and then they can divine about what happened to some particular person that they want to know. And maybe they just got it wrong a few days.
Yes.
Okay, the time. It often happens. Very rare that they can pinpoint the accurate minute, okay, or hours or days.
Yes, Master.
Yes. So maybe they were right because President Trump was then very, very welcome, very, what is the other word for more than welcome?
Well received.
Well received in that, what did they call it? What is that gathering?
The Conservative Political Action Conference, or CPAC.
CPAC, okay. He was very, very welcome and praised in that party. These are the people who still support him. And 46% of people, according to polls on the news, they say they would leave the Republican Party if Trump leaves. And if President Trump makes another party, they would join him.
Oh, wow.
And leave the Republican Party. 46 will leave the party. That's according to the random poll. And remember, when he was on Twitter, he had 88 million plus people,
Yeah.
followers.
Yes, Master.
That's why I told you that according to my asking inside heaven, he had 85 plus million voters that voted for him. Because out of 88 million, 85 million people voted for him. That's normal. That's logical, no? Yes, it's no need to be a math genius to to guess that. Yeah, even without any evidence or anything, you can tell that, or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Now another thing, I read on the news somewhere they even made a statue of him.
Wow.
Yeah, with the
Plated gold.
gold plated.
Yeah, gold plated.
Wow, that's a lot of gold because he's big. It's big, life size, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, at least it's a big size. And with American flag.
Yes, on his clothes. Yes.
So that is like an inauguration in some other sense.
Yes.
Like he's inaugurated as the leader of Republican Party again.
Yes.
Yeah, he's still a leader, still the president of the Republicans,
Yes.
of Republican officials and followers. That's millions of people, yeah? 88, at least, million people. That's more than half of the country, or it's a half of the country at least. Half of the people are voting each,
Yes, Master.
or not? Because not every American can vote. They're underage, they're children, they're babies. Yeah, so that's like half of the vote-able citizens.
Yes.
So in a way, he's a president again. Yeah. So it's correct that they say that he will be inaugurated, but the date they say is kind of different. 4 days different, right? Oh,
Yes.
28, 1, 2, 3. 4 days difference, or 5 days?
4 or 5 days, Master.
4 or 5 days difference.
That's right.
It depends on the time over there.
Yes.
So maybe they have seen this. It's just the dates are kind of blur.
Yes, Master.
The date you can never really tell. Most of the time, the best psychic cannot tell. Yes. They can say warning or something in a few days in advance or around this or that time, but they can not always pinpoint.
Yes,
Yes.
Master.
Otherwise, they could have saved President Kennedy. Yes, or other presidents being shot at. But I told you the White House that is a Hill Road area.
Yes, Master.
They built it there. It was also because of the karma of the wars before that and other wars with the native Indian people. So it happened that they choose that area. And the gates don't always open. But if some big karma comes, then the hell gates will open and they come up and make trouble like that.
Wow.
For the president or for the good people, the good governors, for example, okay, or good officials or good government people. Yes, make them do wrong or accuse them wrongly or something like that, harm them in some way, or getting shot, even though not dead, but also ruin reputation. You don't see many other countries have so many presidents suffer bad reputation like that, right? Or so many presidents dead or injured like that, or ruin reputation like in your country because of the White House. But nobody listens to me, of course. I'm just telling you only because you know and you believe me.
Yes, Master.
I told you long ago about the position of many countries' leaders, the palace, of the government. Even Downing Street, number 10, also has problems there. But the British, they are a little bit less involved in the war around the world, so the consequence is less problematic, less grave. And there are also many good government leaders within both parties, and that balances out a little bit. So they don't have so many problems like the Americans' White House. Okay, well, have I answered?
Yes, Master. Thank you.
Everything?
Yes, Master.
Okay, good. Yes, so you have to know also something from the inside in order to understand these phenomena, you know, like why they don't predict correctly. It's not 100% correct, but it's correct in some ways. You can see now?
Yes, Master.
Okay. Any other questions, my love?
Master, in a recent Heartline on Noteworthy News, you said that you were having some pain due to constant work on the computers in your fingers and all through your body, and you were losing muscle. And do you still have this pain, or is it getting better, Master?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay.
It's better, like almost immediately.
Wow.
The pain in the body because it's inside the vein and inside the muscle, so it doesn't go immediately yet, but it improved. So I am sorry to make you worry. Maybe it's the power of your prayers. I know you pray for me, right? After that?
Yes,
Yes.
Master.
Yes. Or maybe it's the rearrangement of my computer system. But it cannot always avoid. For example, like right now, I have to sit right in front of next to the computer. I'm just not having my finger on it. Yeah. So I cannot always avoid it. Maybe in the future I will arrange it in another way so that but if I don't use a computer, then I can use the big screen, yeah? But for this I cannot, because I cannot see you.
Yes, Master.
Yeah, the computer will cover everything. Got that?
Yes, Master.
Yes.
Maybe I can arrange it differently, but I haven't not thought about what to do yet. Too busy every day to think about everything. Even some problem I have, or even somebody deliver medicine, and then I forgot. I forgot for many days. Then I remember. I go and get it. And sometimes I put somewhere, I forgot. I couldn't find it, so I said, oh, never mind, next time. And then next time I forgot again and again. It's like that. It's not so easy in my life, okay? The reason I told that on the hotline is not because I wanted to. I was reluctant to do that. But I said that openly because I want other people to know, in case they have the same symptom, maybe they should change
Yes, Master. I understand.
before it's too late.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's not very favorable saying your problem on air like that, because your pain is yours. Oh, this is good that you asked, so that I can tell you I'm much better now.
Thank God, Master.
Yeah, better.
Wonderful, Master.
Yeah, better somewhere and somewhere not.
Yes, Master. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, so that you are happy, and maybe other people they will change the system of their computer work. Maybe if they can, then it might be better. Or at least I said there are many ways to can stop the radiation from the computer's magnetic field, right?
Yes, Master.
Okay, so that maybe they can look on the internet and find something for themselves if they cannot sit too far from the computer. And also they just reported to me like there are some clothes. They make it with what? Silver.
It's like a
Silver,
like a
right?
microfiber using silver.
Okay, they are having some microfiber kind of clothing that's used to protect a woman when they're pregnant, to protect the fetus inside
Yeah.
from the radiation. And so maybe people can look up on the internet and find out what else is there to protect themselves. That's why I air that problem, okay?
Okay, Master.
Because one time I talked to one of the residents, and she said before she didn't have pain, now she has pain also in the body. So I thought maybe that. So I told her, do this, do that. Like what you have told me about the wireless mouse and the keyboard. So it's good for people. That's why I told, okay? Not that I wanted you to worry. I thank you for your prayers. If you did pray, thank you. Man, you are powerful.
I think many viewers outside Master Power,
Oh, also, yeah?
also the whole world's viewers of the hotline, may be praying also, Master.
I don't think the whole world, but some of the disciples, perhaps. They remote control my health. Thank you, all of you, whoever did pray for me. But I say that so the viewers may recognize their symptoms, yes, and perhaps they change and it will help them. Because nowadays everybody is on the computer, they cannot avoid it. Sometimes they have pain, but they didn't think it's the computer. They didn't think that's the radiation from the electromagnetic field. So because I said that, maybe they rethink, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Change and protect themselves. Okay, huh, my love?
Yes, thank you, Master.
Any other questions?
Not from the boys, Master.
How about the girls? Do you have?
Master, you just mentioned that there's the hell gates in Washington. Does heaven have a way to close them?
Oh, the hell road?
Yeah.
No. The humans can close them. Okay? Because it's closed already. It's closed. But whenever the humans, in that country are related to the office, do something bad, or harming others, harming more and more animals, or harming people in war or something like that, in some aggressive manner, and killing, then the hell road, the gate will open automatically, okay?
Yes, Master.
And the demons jump out immediately. So even God cannot stop that. Otherwise, we wouldn't have to have masters to come down. Just close all the hell roads, lock all the hells, and nothing will happen. But the humans will not improve. The humans continue to be bad, wicked, barbarous, killing, harassing, or torturing each other or animals.
Yes, Master.
And that will not be fair. And God has to be fair. Heaven has to be fair. Do you understand?
Yes, understand, Master.
Even if demons are locked in hell for thousands of years, but when there's too much bad karma, bloody death in the world, then they are allowed to come up. The doors, the gates, how many doors will automatically open. Understand now?
Yes, Master.
Okay. So as long as humans do not change their way of life to more benevolence and compassionate way of life, then there will be trouble all the time. Not just in the White House or number 10 Downing Street, but everywhere else. In a different manner and different degree of numbers, okay? Yes. It just, we mentioned the White House because it's a big influence for everyone, you see? Or London, the Prime Minister's office. But everywhere else, the demons will jump up in every other hell road. The gates will be open wide, and they will just come in numbers. That's why we have so many zealous demons, and I am having trouble. I and the protectors are having trouble catching them, because I must also have excuse. Okay?
Yes.
It's a fair play in the universe. Yes, if I have an excuse, and if I know of it, because I'm always busy also.
Yes, Master.
Busy in the worldly way, like for the Supreme Master TV, and also busy in a spiritual way as well. And then I do not notice, or sometimes I notice a little late. If I know somebody who make trouble for me, or for my dogs, or for my workers, or for the good governors and good government people in the world, then I would immediately order to catch them. Okay?
Yes, Master. Thank you, Master.
They need my permission to do that. My guardians, or my hufa, you call it. Guardians, yeah, or protectors or the guardians of the universe need. That's why it's complicated, isn't it?
Yes, Master.
Complicated. It's not all that easy. Otherwise, Jesus wouldn't have suffered. Yeah? Buddha would have lived forever. And we wouldn't need to sit here. We would have been enjoying ourselves in our home. Understand now, my love?
Yes, Master. Thank you, Master.
Love is just a love from the heart, okay?
Yes, Master.
Sometimes I call one of you or two a sweetheart or honey because it's a habit, okay?
Yes, Master.
Like I call my dogs also honey, sweetheart. So don't sue me, yeah? Don't report it to the media, okay? Yes. Because I read ridiculously that the girl sue or reported the Kumo. One of the reasons is because he called her one time sweetheart. My God. Should he call her sour heart? Bitter heart? Maybe he should, because that's what the heart's supposed to be when they're doing that to him. Whether or not it's true. Okay, huh?
Yes.
In England, wherever you go, people just talk to you, calling you love. Yeah? American people, if you go into a shop even, and have some interact with even the cashier, they say, oh, that's it, sweetheart. Bye, sweetheart. Right?
Yes, Master.
Or they just call anyone sweetheart. You know, a stranger also. Just a way of lovingly addressing somebody. In England, I went shopping or something, and I said, oh, bye for now. Bye, love. Take care, love. Yes, even police will say that to you sometimes, okay? Or even a chef in the restaurant. In Toronto, one time I was there. Excuse me, just a nose running. You know, sometimes it happens, sometimes not. Like sometimes I want to talk to you. The arrangement is smooth, sometimes not.
Yes.
So if I'm late, it's because I'm struggling with, with the high tech. Yeah, and sometimes it doesn't go as smoothly as, other times. So I thank you for being patient and understanding. Did I apologize before the lecture? Yes, I did, right?
Yes, you did, Master.
Yeah, thank you. So now all of you understand, my love? My teen colleagues. There I call you my love.
We love it, Master.
Yeah, we're very happy you say that.
I know. We okay with each other. But if I go to the governor office and call some handsome boy my love, then I'll be in big trouble. Won't I? Huh? I might. Yeah. Okay. Lucky I'm not the governor. Okay? I don't have to deal with all that. I feel sorry for the poor guys. It's not enough reason to tell them to resign or to call him out. Don't you agree?
Yes.
Agree, Master.
Tell me honestly, yes or no?
Yes, Master.
Yes what? Kick him out?
Kick him.
No, Master.
No kick or yes kick?
No kick.
No kick. Yeah, you're right. You're wise. You're good and fair. That's good. Not because I say so, okay? I also want your opinion. And somebody didn't vote before until late. Why? The three behind there, they voted later than everybody else. Why is that? The girls. Why?
Because they're not American, Master. They didn't know that they could vote.
Oh, who cares? My God. Am I American? Only 50%. I'm not real American, no? We are the citizens of the world, okay?
Yes, Master.
Just say what you think is right. You have to say what is from your heart and truthful all the time. That's all.
Yes.
We are the citizen of the world. We are an international television station. We do what the journalists also do. We give comments also. Okay, got that?
Yes, Master.
I wanted to tell you something. It's a very interesting story in Monaco. It's a true story, according to the girl who told me. She is a beautician, normally. Okay, but she works as a waitress, because the beautician there maybe have too many shops already. She doesn't have enough money to open a shop. So I treat all the waiters and waitresses very well. You probably know this by now.
Yes.
Because she is not very well off, of course, and she has a son who is sick or something. So I often give her a good tip. And then she was on her day off, so she asked me if I would deem it fit to go and eat, together with her, because I'm very nice to her. So she wanted to invite me to her house. I said, oh, never mind. Every day you work here and you have to tend to people already. If I'm in your house, then you have to cook and then you have to clean. Something like that. I can't really remember exactly, but the conversation, it just, nothing much. I just tell you the reason. Then we went out together. And there's also another worker in the hotel. He's a man. He's one of the, I think, maybe a concierge or something. Yeah, I forgot. She's a waitress and they are friends. So she says she can invite him also. Okay, so we three went out together and ate in a restaurant and all that. And then the boy told me, oh, you know what? If you want to ask something to Prince Albert, at that time he was still a prince, okay? He was not a king yet. They still call him the prince though. Because she would be able to connect you. She has his phone number. I said, wow, you should not say such things. You know that? It's a private number that he gave her. I said, oh, no problem. We are a free country here. He's cool. He's a very accessible prince. He's not snobbish, big noses, stuff like that. Well, I had that experience. Also, he was a very nice boy. I was in Monaco passing by because we had a fashion show, remember?
Yes.
And we were waiting to go to the next Milan or something like that. I forgot. So meanwhile, we stayed in Nice. And then the boys told me we go to Monaco, have a look. And then they rented a house for me there already. So we stayed together with the Hufa, the guards. I mean, the crew, maybe. We didn't have cameramen, I don't remember. Some attendants and the guards, yeah? Boys and girls together. And so they rented a house, not in Monaco, but in France, nearby. Nice and Monaco are very near. Yes. They rented a house in Nice, in France, but very near Monaco. So they drove me there to have a look at Monaco, and I had a chance to talk to the prince. I didn't know him. I could not. I never thought I could. But my taxi driver, imagine that. He matched me up. I say, oh, you want to see the prince? I can take you. I can arrange that. I said, oh, you? I couldn't believe a taxi driver could do that. I can't remember where from. He speaks perfect English. Could be from America, African American. I did not ask really. I didn't care. Normally I never ask people where they're from or why you are black or why you're white or color what. So, because I respect everyone the same. But I couldn't believe that a taxi driver could talk to the prince and arrange my meeting. I said, oh, you can? He said, of course I can. I said, how? In other countries, it's very difficult for anyone to meet the prince. He said, no, not this prince. He's very accessible. He's very nice. I will ask him to go see you. Huh? Because we were going to my driver and my assistant, my guards. They say, Master, let's go to a nightclub that's owned by the prince. I said, what? We go to a nightclub? He said, yeah, very good, very nice, Master. I said, nightclubs are very noisy. Normally, they play very loud music. I don't know if I can bear that. He said, oh, this one is very nice. You can sit outside in the garden. You don't hear so loud. It's very natural with trees and water ponds and stuff. I said, oh, really? Okay. I think they wanted to go themselves. And so I had nothing to do at that time. I didn't have very much of television. I have just a driver and a couple of guards. They just hang around. They don't guard me that much. We never have guns or anything. So how can they guard me anyway? They don't even know Kung Fu, from what I remember, yes. But they just have been hanging around and like friends, you know. So we went together. In many countries we went together also. When we did the fashion shows between times, they took me around. So we went to that club and a taxi driver took me there because we didn't have a car. So I think we took 2 taxis or 3 taxis. I can't remember how many people. Me and maybe at least 4 so-called bodyguards, you know, driver. And then the taxi driver told me, oh, you know that club belongs to the Prince of Monaco, right? I said, yeah, I heard about it. Is it good? Very nice. He said, oh, very, very nice. The top-class people go there. And the Prince goes there often. So he said, because of that, if I want to meet the Prince, he will arrange it for me. I was like half believing. I was still young then. I don't know, almost 40 or something. You call that young?
Yes.
Yeah, well, compared to now. I had no wrinkles then, okay? And I have some now, quite a few. Small ones, but I don't want them to grow big, do I? No. Okay, so then he said, we arrange it, and I said, oh, you can? Oh, very difficult, you know? And then he said, oh, no, not with this prince. He's very, very, very simple, very nice, very unpretentious, and very friendly, people-friendly. I said, okay, oh, okay. And then so he really did. He called the prince to come.
Wow.
Later I asked him, how did you do that? He said, I just tell him, please go to see this beautiful person. For me, he means for him, yeah? And then the prince just came and sat in front of me with my 3-4 bodyguards around. So we couldn't be any romantic. Oh, very bad for me. Including his bodyguards as well. And they have guns for sure. Those bodyguards of his had guns. We didn't have. But they thought the Chinese people would have Kung Fu, so they, you know, kind of... they gave me a false sense of security.
Yes.
Are you still interested?
Yes.
Sure, yeah, I'm just talking because we mentioned about the sexual harassment for Governor Cuomo. Oh, God. Sorry, my nose keeps running. Last time it was perfect, just I had to run to another place, and this time it's a nose running. Yeah, sorry, guys. Are you sleepy, by the way? What time is it? Oh, I never know what time. You tell me what time is it.
10:47.
Only?
Yes.
We started early today, huh? That's very good for me. I still have work to do, but I can do it. And the night is young. Okay, so we sat there, and he truly convinced the prince that he should meet me.
Wow.
Okay, so we sat and talk. I don't know about what, just whatever, yeah? Nothing romantic, believe me, okay? Not in front of all these guards, okay? And other people also hanging around. You know, the club was packed. I think the prince has a specific time to go there. So they're very packed. And some other days, they also say very packed. Okay, now, what is it then? I told you because he's very nice, because I have met him, yeah? A couple of times. Because Monaco is very small, you know? Even if you stay in my hotel, you will also see him sometimes. I didn't see him in the hotel, I don't remember. In a Red Cross party, I supported the Red Cross there or something like that. At that nightclub, he even asked me for my phone number, which I did not have. Oh, I had, but not there. I lived in Thailand. I had a house in Thailand, so I gave him a Thai number. I guess he called, but nobody answered, no? I forgot to give him my other name, you know, my spiritual name. So if he asked for this name, then normally they probably say, no, nobody like that lives here, okay? He went to Thailand very, very soon after we met. Because he asked me where I live. I said, I live in Thailand. At that time I did. And he asked me if I'm Thai. I said, no. I said, no, I'm Vietnamese. And then blah, 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 I don't know what we talked about. I don't remember what. Can't remember. And he invited me to come to the palace tomorrow. I did not answer yes or no. I did not go. Because the other day they took me also to the palace in the daytime. And I went there with them, and then suddenly all the cameras turned toward me. And it scared the wind out of me. So when he asked me to go to the palace, I just remember that and keep quiet. I didn't say anything. He's a very nice man, you know, very polite, very, simple. So that when I met this beautician waitress and one of the concierge in that hotel, and he said to me that the waitress had his phone number also, I believed. I did not ask further because of the impression I had about the prince when I met him these several times. So I said, oh, that's very nice. How do you have it? So she told me the story. Well, I don't know if we can tell this story or not, but, well, it's a true story, you know. I don't think they do anything to her. Maybe the waitress retired already. I wouldn't say which waitress anyway. Okay, so she told me how she has a friendship with him. I mean, intimate friendship also. That was before he was married, okay? That was long, long time before that. At that time, he had no girlfriend, yes. So she became like his girlfriend for a while. I don't know why they parted. I did not ask. I just let her tell the story. I just listened. All right. So one time she went to that nightclub long ago, you know, long before I came. Many years before that, when the prince was an available bachelor. Many people went to that nightclub anyway. There were two sides. They say whoever is who, I'll sit on the other side, where the prince normally sits. And whoever is not who, sit on the other side, which is my side. I didn't know anyway, but they just arranged there. I sat there. I like to sit there also because in the garden, I hear the water running from a small fountain and the lake, yes. I sat there and then he came. And we introduced each other and all that stuff. All right. And then so, why did I say that again? Okay, just talk about the girl. Just told me that she went there in the club. And she was with other friends. She didn't say girls or boys, but a group, or more than just her, you know. And then they already kind of had one too many drinks. Okay, that's what she told me. Already drunk. And the prince just came out or leaving or going out of that area. You know, maybe he was leaving to go somewhere. And then the girl behind her pushed her towards the prince. Just push her to him. Maybe she was kind of adoring him or talking about him or something like that. So they just pushed her towards him. And then she just bumped into him, and she, of course, had to hold him, you know, the fall like that, yeah? Yes. She had to hold on to him, and then she just kissed him on the lips. French kiss. Real kiss. Not just on the lips, but you know where, right? Not just the lips, but something else behind the lips as well. French kiss. Well, they were French. They don't mess about. When they kiss, they really kiss. All opened. Anyway, and the prince is so friendly, as you know he is, yeah? He kissed her back. Fine, good. And after that, you know, they became friends, okay? The French friends. Yeah, intimate friends also. So he visited her sometimes and all that, and she drove him around sometimes like that. You know, they're having some good time together only. She doesn't use him for anything, and It's just like a simple relationship. The point I want to tell you is that I never heard that Prince Albert has sued or filed a lawsuit to accuse her of sexual molestation.
Yes, Master.
Yeah. If any woman does that to a man, I don't think a man would sue them. Have you ever heard any man sue a woman for molesting him?
No.
Or how do you say, sexual harassment?
No.
No.
Seldom, huh?
Yes.
No, me, I never heard about it. So that is even true, really, just outright, right there. She really kissed him. Before that, she did not talk to him, did not have any contact with him or nothing. I just kissed him like that. But she was drunk anyway, and he maybe was also drunk, and oh, who cares? In France, they don't care too much. In Monaco, also less. And in Monaco, they respect women. So whatever woman wants is law. There's not too much paparazzi there, very little. It's forbidden. Paparazzi is forbidden, yes, to report such things. And of course, Prince Albert is too polite, too gallant, too respectful to women in order to sue her. He didn't sue her, and he just befriended her. Okay. Now, because Princess Grace of Monaco, she propagated respect for women in Monaco since she went there. So in Monaco, a woman is very, very high status. You cannot do anything wrong to a woman. You'll be finito. Go to jail and all that even. Now you know, huh? Lucky she's a woman and kiss the prince as a man. If the other way around, maybe it's a problem. Yes. But I don't think they do that in Monaco. So you see the difference, huh?
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
If a woman kisses a man outright like that before, not even a forward or no warning, nothing, and then they become friends even. Nobody said anything. And I heard that firsthand from her. And later they parted, but also no big deal, friends, no problem. Nothing more afterwards.
Yes, Master.
So even then, really kiss outright like that, a French kiss, and no problem, in front of everybody, in front of the public. So in the case of the Governor Cuomo, he didn't seem to do anything much like that even. Nothing happened afterward as well. So I don't know why they want to kick him out.
Yes,
So if it's not the influence of demons, then what then? There's no logic, is there? Yeah?
No, Master.
No.
Yeah. After all, they all know he's a good governor, been voted 3 times by millions of people. And that is the public adoration, trust.
Yes.
Yes.
So even just a few allegations like that, I don't think they should fire him at all. About the COVID, maybe he made mistakes or his administration made that mistake, but they make it everywhere. Similar cases about COVID everywhere. Because it was so blurred, the line between the COVID and the flu or headache or other things, common cold before, at that time. They just didn't know how to deal with it, that's all. I told you they are not medical experts.
Yes, Master.
No more questions, huh? Oh, yes? Yes or no?
I have another question, Master.
Tell me.
Well, Master talked about war causing the hell gates to open. Master mentioned before the wars in the astral levels. So is there something that opens there as well, or does it leak down to the earth?
The war from the astral levels?
Yes, Master talked about the astral level kingdoms.
Oh, and then it is spilled down to the earth?
Yes, Master.
Of course, it does affect our earth also. But it depends on our karma. If we are good and virtuous as the whole planet, or the majority, then that will not spill over to our planet. But as you know, our planet is not in good shape. People are not in good moral stability. So, of course, whatever happens in the astral level will spill over to our planet, to our world. Because if the hell people get more land and inch up in more the lower heaven, then that lower heaven will also lose some power. It's not just the territory, it's the power they lose.
Yes,
then they cannot bless or help humans as much. That is why. It's not just about the territory. Huh? You understand now?
Yes, Master.
It's just like the recent war in Nagorno-Karabakh. So that means the people in that region had to be refugees somewhere else in their own country. As they had nowhere to go, they just run, and then maybe the government has to help them somehow. And then at the same time, it's very chaotic in their country, in the government, in the presidential office or the prime minister's office, because people also blame him for surrendering to the other country's policy or war. Because of that, and then he will be too busy with all that, or occupied or absent-minded. He cannot help his country that much. He cannot continue his routine work as a prime minister. People want him out, and people protest on the street, and the opposition rose up, etc., etc.
Yes, Master.
And then the people who are refugees may not be able to be helped as efficiently or sufficiently as if the prime minister office has no problems, like they had recently after the war, because the prime minister ordered the surrender because he was concerned about the soldiers' deaths. Too many deaths already, just in a few weeks. You understand? Because they were not prepared for war. The other countries just attacked them. They were not prepared. The Armenia is not like the richest country in Europe or in the world, and they normally had peace for all this time. So nobody was prepared in the heart or physically to deal with sudden war. And then the aftermath effect that affected the country's top leaders' office and government. You see it now?
Yes, Master.
War is terrible. Nobody should ever start any. But if the prime minister did not order to withdraw and let the other country win, then there would be more bloodshed. More people would die.
Yes, Master.
And the other country is stronger, more equipped by a third party who want to cause trouble also. People have nothing to do except to go and make trouble and bloodshed like that. I blame these people. I blame the people behind the war. I blame the people who decide the war. I don't blame the Prime Minister of Armenia. That's why I gave him the Shining World Leadership Award for Peace. Did I not?
Yes, Master.
Yes. You see what I'm saying now?
Yes, Master.
Nobody should blame him. He's a man of peace. Of course, if he continued to fight the war, people would say, oh, he's a hero and all that. But at the cost of what? And not necessarily that he will win ever. Because his armies is not able to stand up to the other country, to the aggressor country. They already prepared, they already had strategy and everything. And Armenia is not very strong and not very rich country. At least not army-wise. So if it continues on, more Armenia will die. Everybody can see that. You don't have to ask me. You don't have to listen to me in order to believe that. You can see their size, their economic situation. I was there. The country was not all that rich and powerful. Not even average. Excuse me. I say that not as the offense, but as sympathy. And as a true observer, when I was there in Armenia's capital, I went around for some charity work. So it's true like that.
Yes, Master.
But why did I talk about this? Oh, because you asked me about the war from astral level, right?
Yes, Master.
Okay. Anyone else want to chime in? Yeah. change of atmosphere. Otherwise, just him asking me and I answer him, people might sue me.
Master, some countries like the United States, Russia, China, Israel, and some others,
Yes.
these countries are the main war weapons creator.
I see. They provide them to many other countries. Yes. They sell them in billions, or trillions. You're right. So what now? What is your question?
So my question is, due to making these guns and warplanes and all that, and they use them not just in wars, but in their daily life, maybe killing other people and animals.
Hunting and all that, yes.
And they claim that they create all these weapons just to defend their countries, but actually no. They
Yes.
sell them to other countries
Yes.
for economical reason and
Yeah.
others.
Yeah.
And I wonder where the karma from making weapons and sell to other countries affect their countries, because these countries often have a lot of turmoil and the sort of karma they bear by making weapons, Master.
Of course, they do. One of the bad businesses that the Buddha advised people not to have is making weapons. I told you that another time, long time ago. That's one of the bad businesses. The karma is very, very, very bad because it's killing. It's related with killing, okay? Not only they make weapons and sell, but before that, they create turmoil also. They go and talk to the opposite party or just to some vulnerable people or some ambitious people to create trouble, to create a war within their country or with other countries so that they can sell more. They find always excuses or they make excuses so that the people in their country will fight with each other or fight the neighbors or other countries. That's what they do. Otherwise, how do they sell the weapons?
Yes, yes.
We can talk no end about all these things that the humans are doing with each other, toward each other. Or it's also because of the zealous demons, the astral level influence, the hell level influence that makes people listen to them that way and do that way, this way, to harm others or to make war. You understand now?
Yes, Master.
But it is also because of the world karma is piling up to the extent that's almost like astral energy or almost like hell energy. So light would attract like. Then the gate of hell, the gate of astral level will open. And these bad devil beings will come up. Yes, and cause trouble between humans and animals. Between animals and animals even, okay?
Yes.
That's the way it is, like that. So humans as a whole also partake in this karma. And we cannot just blame the devils alone. It's like that. Like attracts like. That is the truth.
Yes, Master.
So that's why all the master came down and advised people, please be benevolent, okay? Be like heaven beings. Don't war with others. Don't kill. Don't tell lies. Don't commit adultery. Don't gamble. Don't drink alcohol. Because these will make you lower your energy and then do other things wrong. Then you will be just like the astral beings, the lower astral beings or the hell beings. Your quality, your energy will be just like them or almost like them or like them. Then they would just come up and make more trouble. They thrive on this kind of energy in order to go up to our world to cause trouble. If the energy is all pure and clean, they cannot. That is the thing. They normally already wanted to make trouble for us. And if we give them excuses, like making ourselves more degraded to a lower level, making our energy become impure by our ambition, our thought, our unbenevolent thinking and actions, then they can even, have more excuses to harm us or to make us do things wrong, to harm others. That's why many masters cannot always succeed in bringing people back to heaven. You got it now?
Yes, Master. Thank you, Master.
Any more questions?
I have one spiritual question, Master.
Tell.
Let's say in Vietnam, I know that there are a lot of people who do different kinds of practice. They live in mountains area, almost like monks and nuns, and live a very simple life.
Yeah.
And they all claim that they're waiting for the world savior. Some may say Jesus Christ, reincarnate, or Maitreya Buddha, and so on, Master.
Yeah.
They are super sincere, no doubt about it.
Yes.
I just wonder what blindfolded them that they don't recognize Master is the one that they should come to ask for initiation.
You ask them, why ask me, huh? I also don't know, my love. Karma, I guess, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Karma of themselves, karma of the world. Buddha was in front of them. Jesus was in front of them. So were many other masters. They killed them.
Yes, Master.
So at least these nuns and monks or whoever stay in the mountains as a secluded practitioner, at least they don't kill me. If you believe that I am the savior, at least they let me alone. Okay?
Yes.
They don't harm me, they don't slander me. Even some disciples do. This time is very, very strict. Whoever trashes the master or the good disciples, we just go. You know where. Okay?
Wow.
Yeah, just like the bad influence of hell will blind you. The suffering is too much, you won't remember anything. Even Ananda in front of the Buddha and the Maya can shut him up. Imagine who are you to be in hell and even remember your master's name? Logical to you?
Yes, Master.
And Ananda, life after life, he has been with the Buddha, close. Yeah, very close. Like skin close, together, friends. Go through many lives together, best of friends. And still being shut up like that, right in front of the Buddha. Not like he sits some 1,000 miles apart even. You see what I'm saying? So please, for your own sake, do not commit that kind of sin, okay? Do not touch your friend, your colleagues, your master. No. I mean, in your mind, in your heart, or in your words. That's terrible for you. Very, very, very terrible. Especially in this final time. No one can rescue you. So please, 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 one more person worship me or one less person worship me, it does me no harm, okay? But it will do you harm. That is a problem, okay, huh?
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
I'm a good person, not to talk about being a master or anything. But if you slander a good person, you are bad, okay? You will be punished very hard. Is that logical? I'm not threatening you. Is that logical or not?
Yes, Master.
Yeah, it's not a threat, is it?
No.
It's a truthful speech.
Yes.
All right. Talk about that. I have pain in my neck. Truly physical. Yeah, any other more cheerful question? Today you asked all the bad questions. Never mind. There's many people want to ask like that, I'm sure. That's why you're inspired to ask me. Tell me, any other question, my love?
Master, you just mentioned how Buddha could learn a technique to stay forever. Master, did you learn that technique?
I don't want to. It's not my thing at this time, in this lifetime, okay?
Understand, Master.
This time I truly just want to go home. I take with me whom I can, whoever is a little bit good to me or just be with me or be around me or believe in me or just have even just a bow to my picture, just that. I will take him home to my land. But otherwise, I truly don't want to stay anymore. I'm just trying while I'm here, keeping the planet for everybody. If I can, okay? Yes.
Thank you, Master.
But the karma is piled up so big, like all the mountains put together cannot be as high. All the sky cannot even contain. Bad karma over centuries, over millions of years, hundreds of thousands of years. And every time it's been cleansed. So we had war, we had big flu, big pandemic, big epidemic and all that. But now this is a big one, big time. Okay, huh?
Yes, Master.
In fact, our planet could be gone any minute. Always, every day, if you have time, you meditate.
Yes, Master.
I'm trying my best, but I can't promise anything. Okay, huh?
Thank you, Master.
Once we are in a human body, we are bound to have other kind of qualities that attach to us. Bad quality also, like ego and stuff like that. Yes, arrogance. So beware, huh?
Yes.
Beware of your shortcomings, of some bad influence that enter your mind. Go pray, go meditate immediately. Okay?
Yes.
Yes. And pray for protection. Because that's when you know the demons wanted to attack you. Learn the lesson from Anand.
Yes, Master. Yes.
If you think you can be stronger and bigger shot than Anand, then please think again. Even if we are in the bad period of the world, of the planet. The karmas are all over, and sometimes it's very oppressive to your soul, to your mind. So please always be vigilant. Got that?
Yes, Master.
And I love you always, and I appreciate you. I respect you. I'm very, very, very grateful to you. Not everyone can do what you do. But don't be too proud of that, okay? Just be grateful that you are able to live in this turbulent world and continue to do your noble job. Be grateful that you can be that noble, that dedicated, and that loving and kind to the world, and that able to help the world. Okay, always be grateful, not proud. Not proud. Because we are blessed. That's why we can do it. Okay, huh, my love?
Yes. Thank you.
My sweethearts. My honey pies. Who cares? Who cares? Yeah, who cares who say what? But I'm not in love with any of you, so please don't don't think of anything. Do not dream about it, okay? Yes, I'm in love with your good qualities, with your nobility, with your sacrifice, with your comrade-like spirit, working like a team with me. I'm in love with that. I'm not in love with your human appearance or any other, or whatever people think that is attractive. Got that?
Yes, Master.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
And nothing else. Nothing else. God knows. God knows. Heaven knows. I can't hide from that. I really love you guys.
Thank you,
We
Master.
love you, Master.
We love you. We love you.
Yeah, very pure love. The purest possible you can imagine love. I would die for you. That kind of love. If I had
Thank
to.
you, Master. Thank you, Master.
But that's it. Nothing else. Okay? Just for the other people outside to know. You know already. But it's for other people. In case they think nonsense or sue me or whatever. Or fire me from my seat. If they can. Lucky I'm not a government official. Nobody can fight me. But I want to fire myself sometimes. Yeah, take a break or something. But I cannot when people are still suffering. Animals are still tortured daily, and I am still crying for them. Oh, my love. Okay. Any other question now?
No, Master.
Good. Then we go into some of the stories. You want?
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master. We are talking about bedtime story, but now you're all awake, right? Because of the problem in the world that we are trying to help with, to solve. Okay, now there is a story about Confucius and a person named thác. I don't know how to translate that. Okay, maybe if you have a dictionary or Google, you can find out. thác, huh? A is the hotel, A apple, N November, G like God, with the dot under dấu nặng, huh? The dot under the A, and then thác, T tango. H like holy, A like almighty, C like what? Car. Okay, car it is. Yes, why not? All right, we mix holy with. I have made an alphabet about the spiritual terms, but I forgot. I don't use it often. Forgive me. All right. Because we had the story before about many questions from Alexander the Great, remember?
Yes.
The emperor? Yes. And so there is another kind of question answer story about Confucius and another person. All right? Yeah. I think I wear my glasses now. If I can find it. Yes, I can. Oh no, not true. I thought I prepared it, but I didn't. Where's my glasses? I will have to try to read without glasses. Last time I could. Just a little bit blur, okay? Because I look into the screen is so bright. And that's why it's blurred also. Okay, I'm trying now. My glass, I can't believe this. How can it be? The room is so small and you could even lose something. All right, never mind. Confucius and Xiang Tuo. During one of Confucius' tour around various countries with the horse carriage. Man, I don't have the glasses. I hope I can read. It's kind of blurred right now. I just have to toss it, turn it around, see which is the better position. Very, very blurred. But can read, yeah. One time when Confucius was journeying around to maybe lecture or see his disciples on a horse carriage in different countries. One time, he and his entourage went on a road that led into a town. And then they saw a small boy who was building like a small little citadel across the street to stop cars and people. That's what the purpose was. So Confucius asked him, "Hey, little boy, you saw my horse carriage. Why you don't move away?" He stayed in front of the road here, in the middle. So the small boy bowed to Confucius as a respectful greeting, and then very dignifiedly answered him. "I heard people say that you are Confucius, who is very versed in heaven and earth knowledge. And also you know everything about humans' morals and principles, etc. But today I met you in person, and I feel like those rumors about you are not correct." Wow. You hear me well?
Yes.
How come you're not wow and want nothing? A little boy who dared to challenge Confucius, saying that he doesn't believe what people said about him, that he's a wise man. And you didn't wow nothing. Wow again. All right, let's see what transpired, because I read it before one time, but I don't remember anything. Not much. You know why? He said because from the beginning of the time up to now, only the carriage has to avoid the citadels or the buildings. Nobody has heard that the buildings or the citadel has to avoid the carriage. Is that correct?
Yes.
It's true, eh? Yes. He built it with the earth, with soil, but still it's a citadel, right? So Confucius was very, very surprised. He asked the little boy again, what is your name? So the boy say, my name is hàng thác. You know what hàng thác name in English? Who cares? Confucius asked him again, how old are you? So the boy said, sir, I am 7 years old. So Confucius was even more, surprised, astounded. He asked again, only 7 years old? And so intelligent like that? So the boy said, sir, I have heard that there are fish called cá nỏ, that kind of fish. Only after 3 days from birth, they already swim everywhere, naturally and happily. And then the rabbit, only 6 days after birth, they can already run everywhere on the field and the meadows. I am already born since 7 years. How can you say I'm overly intelligent? Wow. Truly. Wow. I wouldn't be this intelligent. I wouldn't be able to ask Confucius that way. Now, Confucius was beyond himself with surprise. He was thinking to himself that he had to give the boy some questions, but difficult questions, to see how intelligent he is. He's testing his IQ now. As if that was not enough already to scare him. He wanted to test him further with difficult questions. So he said to the boy, hey, can you listen? I want to ask you some questions. What kind of mountain has no stones? In what kind of water there are no fish? What kind of door will not close? And then what kind of carriage has no wheels? And what kind of ox will not bear a calf? What kind of horse will not give foal? What kind of fire gives no smoke? What kind of man that has no wife? What kind of woman that has no husband? What kind of day is short? What kind of day is longer? What kind of tree has no branches and leaves? What kind of citadel has no officials in it? And what kind of person has no personal name? Oh, can you answer all that for me? I can, because I raised it. All right, okay. So the little boy was very composed and peaceful. Answer him after thinking a little bit only. He said, sir, Clay Mountain has no stones. Yes, because some mountains just earth, is no stone. So he say, Clay Mountain has no stones. The water in the well will have no fish swimming in it. It's also water, right? The well water has no fish in it. Any door that has no panel cannot close. He asked what kind of carriage has no wheels. So the boy said, the carriage that's carried by people, we call it palanquin, of course, has no wheels. Wow. The ox statue that made by earth will not give a calf. The wooden horse will not give a foal. The deities, the male deities, because mostly people think deities are male, So male deities don't have wives. Female fairies don't have husbands. Wow, that's a lot to think, huh? I wouldn't be able to answer that. Winter days are short, summer days alone. The dead tree will not have any branches or leaves. They still call it a tree, right? Correct? Yes. He is not wrong. Huh? The deserted citadel will not have any officials in it. The baby just born doesn't have any name. Wow, it's all correct, right?
Yes.
Okay, so hàng thác, just give in one row of answers like that, without pausing in between even. And then he continued, "Now it's my turn, sir." May I ask you some questions also? Of course. What do you think Confucius answered?
Yes.
He cannot say no, right? He cannot say no to the kid who he has asked so many questions and in front of all of his disciples. So I guess that he say yes. He did not say yes yet. The boy continued asking immediately. He worried that if Confucius say no, then he has no chance, I guess. Such a clever boy. He must have been born like a genius. Yes. It's not like often we have such genius or intelligent human beings on our planet. It's just rare. Huh? Yes. Nowadays we also have some young boys who went to college and all that, right? Went to university because he's super intelligent for high school, yeah, for example. And many geniuses at young age, they play already piano or other instruments or having some other scientific theory and stuff like that, yeah? So it's not often, but it did exist. Like the Buddha, the legend has it that when he was born, he already walked 7 steps. Yeah, and each step he walked, there was a lotus that protected his feet already. Maybe that's why his mother died so quickly. She must be too shocked. Okay, huh? His mother passed away after birth. Can't remember how long, but maybe he's too shocked. But in the old time, we didn't have a lot of good medicine for after birth problems, yeah. So she was maybe one of those unfortunate. Or maybe she had done her job, her duty for this world, and then she was born in heaven immediately, yes. Afterward, the Buddha went to that heaven to pay respect to his mother and also give her some spiritual guidance and lectures. So is it nice that you are a practitioner? Yes, you can always see your parents even when they pass away and even can continue helping them to elevate spiritually. So that's the most filial deed you can do for your parents. Is that not so?
Yes.
So this is a different kind of filiality, yes. And to take care of your parents when they are alive is also filial. But to help their soul and to liberate them after they pass away, that's even more filial. Yes, like in many Buddhist stories that we have heard, yes, that even can rescue the mother from hell, yeah, even from the non-stop hell. Like Maudgalyana, or like Kristigaba Bodhisattva when he was still a human being, yeah, remember? Etc.
Yes.
What else now? Okay, so he asked immediately. The boy said, "Now it's my turn, sir. May I ask you a question?" And then he said, "How come the geese and the ducks, they float on top of water? Why do the flamingo make such a noise? Their voice is so loud like that. And the pine trees and such similar, they are all green, all 4 seasons. How come even in winter, yeah, they're also green? Right? The pine trees and similar trees, yeah, they are green all year round, even in winter. Many other trees, they lose their leaves in autumn and maybe look like dead and dry in winter. right? Yes. So how come this kind of tree is the green? So Confucius answered him, the geese and the ducks, they are floating because they have webbed their feet, yeah? And also use that like a pedal. The flamingo's voice is very loud because they have very long necks. Oh, Confucius is going to have problem. I don't remember what the boy would tell him, but I think he would have a problem. Yeah, because the tigers, they don't have long neck, they're loud, very loud, right? Lion and all that, and so on. And even giraffe has a longer neck, even he doesn't make loud noises like that. The giraffes don't, right? Okay.
No.
Well, I have never met them, but I guess they don't. They're not famous for loud noises. Too busy, you know, touching the tree, you know, reaching the high branch to eat. Okay, and the pine family kind of trees, similar trees, are green all year round, even in winter, because their trunks are very solid and strong and hard inside. Oh, hàng thác, loudly proclaim and laugh. He say, "Oh, sir, that's not true." I knew it, even though I forgot. I knew it, because it's so simple, right? Many animals have long necks. They don't make a lot of noise.
Yes.
Even the swans that I knew, they call them mut, you know? They just make very little noise. Their necks are very long also. You know, right?
Yeah.
You know, from my book called The Noble Wise, yeah, I talk about the swans. You can see how long their necks are, just similar to that flamingo, that he said. So, he say, "Sir, this is not true, it's not correct." The turtle, he floats on top of the water, not because they have this kind of webbed feet. Oh, wow. The type of frog, their voice is very, very loud, but they don't have any neck even. Almost no neck. They don't have long neck. And the bamboos, they're also green all seasons. But their inside is hollow. Is it true?
Yes.
The bamboo doesn't have any solid and strong trunk. They're empty inside.
Yes.
Wow. Confucius, I'm so sorry. Really, I'm sorry. I always tell my disciples, I don't know when I don't know. I ask them everything from A to Z about computers. And I even ask them often also, how about this? I cannot do this, I cannot do that. And they will give me advice. Yeah, and I always thank them, humbly, yes. Being a Supreme Master and don't even know everything. But I told everybody knows that I don't know everything. Correct?
Yes.
First of all, your brain has a limit. Second, you have limited time to do research on all this worldly knowledge, and it keeps updating all the time. You know that, right?
Yes.
Even nowadays we have iPhones, but then the newer iPhone comes out and everybody goes gaga together. Even get up so early, 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and queuing all night just to get the first whatever iPhone that's the newest one. Yeah?
Yes.
And we still say, oh, my iPhone is outdated. Your phone is old-fashioned. Blah, blah, blah. This phone doesn't have this app, doesn't have this down. We forget to be grateful for what we have. Because in the old time, when I was in high school or something, the only people who could contact each other were in the government. You know, they have these kinds of long, complicated, big machines. And in the beginning, they could not even talk to each other. They have to use Morse codes, yeah? Tick, 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 tack, tack, tick, tack, short, short, long, long. Remember?
Yes.
And they use that in the army to contact each other. So when they are in the field and all that, they can help each other, okay? In time of emergency, when they need more backup, yeah? More soldiers, more units to come and fight, etc., etc. Or before they use that for telegraphs. Yeah, before that we did not have telephone. We normal people did not have that kind of communication instruments, right? Yes.
Yes.
I remember when I was in high school, I did not have anything like that. At that time, I read some newspaper somewhere that say somebody predicted that in the future we can talk to each other long distance. And after that, somebody predicted again, saying that in the future, you cannot just talk to each other, but you can even see each other. Yeah, and now we have that. You see?
Yes.
We have iPhones that we can Skype and talk to each other just like now. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah. So all these predictions came true. Oh, wow. So now Confucius is in trouble. Yeah. It's true what he said, the little boy, right?
Yes.
Oh, he knew already in advance. He already prepared all these questions, I guess, before Confucius came. That's why he built the clay citadel there waiting for him. I guess his parents were initiated. And maybe forced him to get initiation from Confucius, and he did not like it. So he prepared all this for him. Now, Confucius feeling very, very uncomfortable. Yeah, very lúng túng là sao hả? Nervous, huh? No.
Frustrated.
Not just frustrated, no.
Perplexed.
Lúng túng đó là
Or helpless. Something.
Confused.
not confused, perplexed, not that.
You know how to search it?
If you know it, you do it.
Google.
Lucky we are between each other in the house. All in house, otherwise people can see what you are doing. Say, we thought the SMTV people were smart. Not against this little boy. No. I will also surrender. I don't know all this kind of stuff. I still don't know a lot of stuff. Anyway, like embarrassed and awkward. Okay. Yes. So Confucius felt very, very awkward in front of this intelligent boy with all his questions and answers. Oh, so THác continued. Sir, may I ask you more? Not waiting for the answer, he immediately shoots. Sir, why is the sun in the morning big and at noon is smaller? Oh, Confucius. He answered too quick, he should have thought. He answered immediately, said, because in the morning, at dawn time, the sun is nearer to us. So THác grilled him. No, sir. Then why in the morning, the air is cool? And at noon, when you say the sun is further from us, but the sun feels very hot. The sun makes the air hot. So Confucius, guess what he did? Tell me.
He gave up. Maybe he was speechless.
Yeah. He sighed a very long sigh. If it were me, I do the same. I do it in the beginning already. Don't even wait until now when at the end, he's defeated time again and again like this. I would have signed already in the beginning. After the boy answered all the questions already. He should have gone. Yeah? turn away from the citadel, go on one side of the row and disappear. And saying something like, oh, I have group meditation to attend. Like I would say that. Yeah, I would. Sorry, I'm busy. I have Supreme Master Television to edit the shows. I have group meditation to attend. I have many disciples waiting for me. Excuse me, sayonara. Yeah, so that I don't lose more faith than I already did. Never mind. Confucius, you have to understand that he is a scholar, a poet. Yeah, he wrote good poems, good essays. Yeah, and he is excellent in his spiritual attainment. Yeah, and all he wanted to do was to help the world to be enlightened, so that they have no more war with each other. They have no more killing of the animals or humans.
Yes, Master.
And that is his job, his mission at that time. I guess he did not have enough time to read other scientific, research and outcome, eh? Just like me now, I don't know everything. I know something when I have time to look. Even before this pandemic, I don't know how long, how many years, I don't even look at television. Only now and then when there's some good movies, yeah, very rare. Like Merlin, remember?
Yes.
We can watch it, some part of it together, so that I can explain to you about Sen Tai Tu Hoa, remember?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, like that. Otherwise, I don't even watch anything. I don't watch the news. Only when the pandemic came, I know I have to know, okay, in order to tell you what to do, okay, and to protect you and to protect many other people, as many as I can, whoever listens to me. Got that?
Yes.
And by the way, I came across many other news that are not favorable. And then, in me, when I see things that are not fair, not correct, I cannot just ignore it.
Yes.
Even though I know it's not very safe for me. Okay? Because you will always offend someone when you defend someone else. That is this world. Yes. And it's not only one or two someone else, but millions of someone else. In the case of America, for example.
Yes.
My fault, of course. I told you already. I never blame anyone. Just myself. Yeah, I take care of too many things. And worry about too many people. So, Confucius gave a big, long sigh and turned around to his retinue and disciples and told them, wow, the younger generations are truly praiseworthy. Yeah. But in some other printed story I read before, they say, oh, the younger generations are really to be feared. Something like that. Hậu sinh khả úy. Yeah. So never mind, it doesn't matter either to be praiseworthy or, I'll say, scary or fearsome is similar. He's really felt humble and defeated. Yeah. So in order to know all this worldly knowledge, we should really observe well and think through, So all the things that he couldn't answer, he should have observed it more, yeah? And thinking it through. But of course, he did not put attention too much into worldly knowledge. And these things have not much to do with spiritual practice and liberation. Thus, he did not study or research well.
Yes.
Yeah. So in the Ching, it is also said that the wise seem like the ignorant. Yeah. The wise and the ignorant look similar. Seem like similar. Yes. They are wise in spiritual practice, in spiritual wisdom, in heavens, but they are not necessarily wise in worldly knowledge. There's also a saying in India that if you have too much intellectual knowledge, it will hinder your spiritual understanding. Maybe because you're too full in here, in your head. Or maybe because if you have too much worldly knowledge, you feel too proud, too arrogant, thinking nobody knows better, yeah? Or you're too proud of your knowledge. Then you might not seek inside wisdom. Then you might lose your kingdom, which you could not find that easily. Yeah, you might not lose it, but meaning that you lose a chance to find your kingdom again, to find your spiritual splendor again.
Yes, Master.
Many of the highly accomplished in the world, they really seek spiritual knowledge. Really, they come to the feet of any guru to learn something more than just the material aspect of life. Yeah, things they can see, things they can prove, things they can touch, things they can hear. You got that? Yeah?
Yes.
So very little of the highly intellectual people became spiritually interested or became like highly achieved spiritually. Okay, huh? Yeah.
Yes.
So now you want to know what happened to the boy?
Yes.
He left his physical body when he was 11 years old only.
Wow.
4 years after he met Master Confucius.
Wow.
And people in that area, they make a small memorial to remember him and to pay respect to this genius. They call him youth genius. Yes. Okay, that's it. It's the end of the story. Wow. We have only four or five stories up to date. And the book is long. And this is only the first book.
Wow.
This is what we have done. Missing one or two here. And this is what we have not done. Okay? Yeah. Good like that. And we have time to see each other, okay?
Yes.
Because I think I told you everything that you can digest over the years. And everything I think necessary, except something comes up urgently or suddenly like COVID-19. And I don't think I can tell you much because the higher heaven, you cannot describe. You can only experience it. Even if I can describe, how can you even, digest it or imagine it?
Yes.
In the Buddha realm, there are many Buddha lands. But Sakyamuni Buddha only told of a few, like the Amitabha Buddha land and the Medicine Buddha land, yeah, except some of the heavens, smaller heavens. By the way, he told the story that he was in heaven, but not much was described. And many of his disciples went to some heaven or so, came back and didn't describe much. Maybe sometimes, the people there are giant, when we get there, we will just be like a fly compared to them. Something like that only, but cannot describe too many because no vocabulary in this world can describe them. Yeah, that is in the shadow world even. Yes, not to talk about beyond that. Even beyond the fifth level, we can't describe already. Even at the fifth level, fourth level, can't describe already. Just I told you some during the time of initiation up to the fifth level, but nothing more.
Yes.
Yeah? Why have I told you this? What was it before?
You said you already told us everything, Master.
Oh, yeah. I told you everything as much as your earthly instrument can understand. The brain can understand. Everything else, higher than that, is the mind intelligence. Higher than that is just the soul domain. And only the soul will be able to understand such. Yes. Even if I want to know many more things from the higher one and to convey to this world, I have to rely on different levels to give me the resume and show it to me, translate it into worldly sense. Yeah. My soul, my higher self knows everything, of course. But if I want to check it, compared to the worldly things, I have to use a different instrument for myself. Or using different gods and deities to tell me.
Yes.
The higher you go, the more difficult. Almost like you know nothing anymore. Nothing. I just know sometimes and tell you something or tell the world something only when necessary. Okay? And then I have to get the information. Otherwise, we know nothing. And that's good so. Because if you know too much, you don't want to live here.
It's true.
Yeah. The people who die clinically for just some minutes. Remember the story of near-death experiences?
Yes.
Yeah. They came back to Earth. They did not want to. They were forced to come back because they still had work to do for karma or for helping the world. They cry off and on for weeks or months, yeah, and always longing to go back, doing things in this world just half-heartedly. And that is just astral level heaven or heavens. Imagine if you want to go higher up, even 4th level, 5th level, even 3rd level, 2nd level, you don't want to come back already. Not to talk about higher ones, okay? You have no more brain, no more mind, no more thinking. In such a way as we are thinking here on this planet. You understand what I'm saying? Yes? You can't even think anymore the way people think here. You don't act the way people act here. It's a completely different story altogether. Just like somebody somewhere in the jungle for a long, long time. They never see other countries, or any other places. Apart from their own little area in the jungle, yes, and nobody ever came there. Recently, they discovered some tribes inside the Amazon jungle. But still, many still are not discovered. They had never known what other humans look like. And they react the way they react. They do things the way they do. They live just under the thatched roof with some poles that they cut from the trees. Then they grow some vegetables or cassava in some areas, yeah, to eat them. And when that cassava finishes, they go to the other area where they planted before. They take turns to plant in different places so that they can rotate to eat. So that's all they do.
Yes, Master.
They have to live somewhere near water, yes, and have some easy to clear area to plant their food. And that's what they do, okay? But if they go to Paris, for example, after a while, they will not remember. They will not do the way they did over there in the jungle anymore, okay? They will not go to find a clearance to plant cassava. There are no medicinal plants and no fruit trees that grow around these Paris coffee shops or bakeries or supermarkets. They don't walk anymore, they drive. And the water runs out from the wall, the tap water, yes. And the light just comes out without the sun even, at night also. They will not do the things they did. They will not light the fire in the middle of their thatched roof, yeah, to keep warm. They will wear clothes. They will not go around unclothed like the way they did before.
Yes, Master.
So they're two different worlds completely. Therefore, it's very difficult. If somebody from Paris came to tell the Amazon dwellers that, oh, in our world, the water comes from the wall, okay? Or comes from the long pipe like that. They don't even know what a wall is. They don't have walls in some of the tribes in the Amazon. They just have a roof on top, okay? And they weave some hammock to hang themselves there to sleep. Yeah, and they don't wear clothes. They do not have clothes. In many of the documentary films I saw, they don't have clothes. Okay? They just live naturally. It's just habit. They don't feel that cold like we do. Many yogis in India, they don't wear clothes. They get used to that. Or they use ash to smear on their body to keep warm. And there was one story about one priest, a Christian father who went to South or Central America before. Before long, some 100 years ago, yes, before we had the so-called American country, the United States of America, before we had that. He went there with some boat, ship or something before, and then went there and somehow got lost, and then luckily the native people at that time, they rescued him. His ship was lost or something. No matter what, he went and lived with the native tribes, yeah? And there they treated him well. They gave him everything that they had also. Corns and cereals and water, everything. Except clothing, because they did not have clothes. They were natives, maybe the native Indians at that time. So he just lived like that. After a while, his clothes were gone, tattered. Or he probably didn't have any more after the shipwreck. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. After a while, he could not have any more clothes. That's the conclusion. He didn't have any. And then he got so used to it that when he was rescued by his country, it was a Spanish priest, and then brought back, he wrote many letters saying how civilized the native people are, how loving and kind, and generous. So please don't harass them, don't kill them, don't things like that. I think I have it. I read the story for you, no? Maybe. Oh, I forgot now. Too many stories I read. Thank you to you. I mean, to you and your brothers and sisters. Too many in my head. Imagine at my age, I still remember so much. It's already very lucky, no?
Yes.
And after that, he came back to a so-called civilized area with the Spanish, maybe governor or some high official, something like that. And they gave him clothes to wear. In the beginning, he could not. Yeah, he could not bear the touch of the cloth on his skin. After a long while, then he could wear them, because he has to. Imagine if I say, oh, it's all illusion, I don't need, I just wear nothing and go out there, and what will the police do? Okay, now, so that probably answers all your questions, yeah? I don't know why I talk so long afterward. Tell me why.
Because you said you cannot explain the things from the higher worlds.
Yeah. Because we cannot describe, yes, the things that we have never know. Just like the Amazon people, they never saw people, and they don't know clothes, okay? The real Amazon dwellers, some very remote tribe. I don't know how they found them after a while, but they didn't do anything to them. They treated them well. They are the more civilized than many of our people. Sadly, it's like that. They treated them well. They give them food and all that. And they let them film them. I saw several documentary films. Yeah. Okay, my love. I still have a lot of documents to check out. And you too, huh?
Yes.
So long, eh? Next time.
Thank you.
Love you. On the cheek, okay? And remote. Yeah? Please don't tell newspaper people. And not on the cheek. Actually, normally if I kiss the disciple, I kiss here. Okay?
Yes, Master.
On the forehead. To remind them of the wisdom eye. Yes. But I don't kiss anymore because I read so many of these stories from New York. Okay? It's better be safe than sorry. Yes. You never know what people think and what they do with that picture. Ay. If people sue me like that, will you still believe me?
Always. We always believe you, Master.
I hope so. Please, okay, huh? Yes. All right. Mostly people don't sue women, eh? Maybe that's why I take up the woman's body this time. But I still have a lot of typhoons and storms during my spiritual mission. You all know, right?
Yes.
And many that I don't tell you, and many that we don't know even. Huh? Okay? Yes. All right. My love, God bless you.
Thank you, Master. Good night, Master.
Love you too, and please meditate well whenever you can.
Yes,
Yeah. Of course, and when you're tired, you must also rest. Yes, I really love you and admire you because you work day and night, 24/7. Most of us are like that. I rarely have time to do. We have a break sometimes, of course, to drink a coffee to stay awake or have some meal, but nothing much. Huh? You want to go on holiday? Nice, huh? No. You cannot. The world needs you. And it's a pandemic. Got that?
Yes, Master.
Okay. Take care.
Okay.
Take care, Master.
A lot of love.
Love you, Master.
Really. And thank you.
Thank you, Master.